So a few months ago, I had the idea to restart the personal development series because I had done that for just about a year or so. I missed some weeks, but pretty much for about all of like 2019 and into 2020. I think my last one was in January. Every Friday ish, I would have just a video of like something that I learned or something on like my personal development journey. And so I wanted to restart those. So I'm restarting them. I will say I'm not 100% prepared to restart them, but like that's okay. You can't always start at 100%. So I'm going to read a little bit of something that I journaled. When was this from? The 19th? Sorry, this is going to go out like 3 weeks from now, so it's not really relevant. So this was from math 9 days ago. Jesus, simple as math too. And then it just kind of spurred me to write a little bit more too when I was thinking about things I wanted to talk about. So was it this one? Yes. Okay, so any like changes, like because I've been looking at possible job changes, isn't just going to fix everything. I'm still gonna have frustrating days. There will still be times when people do things in a way that doesn't make sense to me, or when I do nothing instead of working, or when I make up stupid scenarios in my head, because it happens all the time. I'm not going to hit a point in my life where I'm never frustrated or never have a rough day or never want to run away. I'll never get away from low energy emotions. And I think that's super accurate when I can like sit back and like get out of my head. Every single time something like this happens, I'm like, yes, that's super accurate. I don't like to call them negative emotions because I don't like distinguishing feelings as like positive or negative. That's not helpful to me. So I see them as like high energy and low energy. So your low energy emotions, even like sadness, or for me, one lately I've been feeling a lot is anger, like frustration, or when I'm dealing with a depressive episode, um, things like shame, which I don't really feel, but that comes up. I think like regret or even some forms of not necessarily self-hate but like disappointment, like self-disappointment. Those are all I call low energy emotions, like they kind of just bring you down. um but one I've been feeling lately is anger, which is interesting to me because I don't like being angry. I really don't like it. I don't necessarily think that anybody does, but something that you hear a lot, like for example in relationships, like fighting is normal, you're not always going to agree on things. And I'm like, true, yes, you're not always going to agree on things, that's valid, but why do you have to fight? Like, why? I don't think it's necessary to like fight or to get mad at each other. Like, what do you do when you start getting mad, right? You stop listening. You stop listening to the other person. You stop thinking about your words. Like, you have no idea what's coming out of your mouth. You could say all kinds of crap that you don't actually mean, or maybe you do mean, but you don't say it in the best way. Why would that be okay? Like, I feel like just sitting down and having a conversation, and for sure, like being frustrated and being kind of like riled up, but like you can chat, and like talk through it instead of have to fight through it and then come back and talk through it and then apologize. Like, why can't we just skip that part? Like, that's been my thinking on it for a long time. So yeah, because I don't like being angry. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like the way it makes me like stop thinking of others, stop being thoughtful about what is happening in my head and coming out of my mouth. But I've been feeling it a lot lately. Again, the scenarios in my head have been like making up all this stupid crap that makes me angry instead of just like letting what happens happen and dealing with it at that time, you know? That was kind of a detour, but like still on the same track. So when I can finally get out of these like crazy thought spirals, because kind of went back to one of the things that I often think of doing is like running away. We just like run away. Not that I have the money to do that. Start over somewhere else, like see what happens. But my dad used to say, and I always remember it, is wherever you go, there you are. Which is so true, right? Like, I can get a different job. I can move to a different city, a different state, a different country. Like, I'm still gonna be me. I'm still gonna have all of this stuff going up in here, and until I start to learn to work with it and work through it, I'm still gonna end up back in the same situation that I'm in right now, just in a different location and with a different occupation. That's those kinds of changes are very temporary. Unless you can like that change can get you started to work through all the mental baggage, like for sure in that different location, maybe different people, but like you still have to work at it. Like you still have to deal with the this to get the this like better. Like running away is literally not gonna solve anything. Um, and I remember that all the time. I don't know why for like the last like month or so, I've just been really unsatisfied and just really like not content with some things in my life. Like the people in my life are awesome and honestly, I like my job. Like I do, but I'm like uncomfortable. I'm like this just isn't where I want to be anymore. And so for the last week, so I wrote this what I read like 9 days ago. I've been trying to let that encourage me, being like, okay, I'm like really uncomfortable and I don't want to be here. And like I pull out of my driveway and I just want to drive somewhere else. Um, but then I have to refocus, like, okay, choose to be at my job right now and work on other things. And I just need to use this energy to like work on other things. So use those low energy emotions. I'm going all over the place. I know it's really common for me. Use those low energy emotions to as a encouragement for self improvement is what I'm working on doing. I feel like this is not anything what I wrote down that I was going to talk about, but that's okay. Also, remembering that those won't just go away. When I am able to leave my job, or I am able to live somewhere else, or I am able to go travel again, not just because of COVID 19, but because of money, because guess who's not always very responsible? Um, I will still have low days. I will still deal with depression. I will probably deal with depression for my entire life. I will still deal with days where I call myself lazy instead of I'm trying to realize like I just need a rest. I will still have days where I like have all these feelings of anger. I will still have days where I'm frustrated. Like that, even working on my mental health and my personal development and growth is not going to be an escape. I just need to learn to calm down and tune in um, really sooner. Like that's all that you can do is calm down and tune in and figure out what I do is I'm like, what do I need right now? What do I need right this very second? Like what do I need that I can get, that I can do? Like what do I need? And then do that. Or eat that food or whatever, or go on that walk or go back to bed or whatever it is. What do I need and doing that thing. And so, really, for me, it's just about remembering running away won't solve anything, using it as fuel to continue working and to continue working towards the things that I want to achieve, and as practice in calming down and tuning in and taking care of myself. That was so all over the place, but I hope that made sense. And that's what's going on in my head right now and all the different aspects of it. I kind of see it. This is weird because I'm not a huge fan of spiders, but it's like all the little spider legs. Like you've got all these little legs and they're all connected to the me. And now I'm just picturing me as big spider legs coming out of my back. But it's all like connected. All of the things impact all of the things. You know what I'm saying? Hope that makes sense. Cause yeah, that's in my head right now. And what I'm trying to work through. So, or not work through, cause I can't just get through it and be done, but learn from. Yes, learn from. So that was us getting back into the personal development series. Let me know if you can relate. And my crazy isn't just my crazy. It is my crazy, but maybe people have similar crazies, and like that's cool. We can all be crazy together, right? And I will see you guys next Friday for another personal development video. Have a good weekend.